The Imitation Game, a movie based on World War II, where Britain declares war on Germany in 1939. This story revolves around a mathematician who joins the cryptography team full of highly skilled mathematicians who were given a task to decode encrypted messages which the Nazis used to send for various attacks. No, this video does not contain any spoiler. Indeed, I am here to discuss about the part which is not mentioned in this movie. So don't shut the video and watch till the end. Specifically, in an interview scene, when we all think that this guy is not gonna join the team, he says this one word.
Have a pleasant trip back to Cambridge, Professor.
Enigma.
You called for me?
And they just show this as an unbreakable encrypted communication device. So what made this Enigma more complicated? Why was it unbreakable? Let's jump into the video. An Enigma machine is a famous encryption machine used by Germans during World War II to transmit coded messages. An Enigma machine allows billions and billions of ways to encode a message, making it incredibly difficult for other nations to crack German codes during the World War. For a time, the code seemed unbreakable. Enigma uses the method of substitution encryption, which is a straightforward way of encoding messages. But these codes are fairly easy to break. A simple example of substitution encryption scheme is a Caesar cipher. A Caesar cipher shifts each letter of the alphabet some number of places. A Caesar cipher with a shift of 1-1 would encode an A as a B, and with a shift of 2-2 means A as C, and so on. Let us try one. What is the Caesar cipher of letter B with a shift of 3-3? Yeah, it's E. A bit easy, right? Now imagine each time a letter was mapped to another, the entire encoding scheme is itself changed. So for the first press of a key, one encoding is generated, and when the second key is pressed, another encoding is generated, and so on. This greatly increases the number of possible encoding configurations. Each time a key is pressed on an Enigma machine and the code changes. This means that the message PP could be encoded as something like TU, even though the same key is pressed twice. Now let us see into the interior of a machine. An Enigma machine is made up of several parts including a keyboard, a lamp board, rotors, and internal electronic circuitry. Some machines such as ones used by the military have additional features such as plug board. When a letter is typed on a keyboard, it first goes through the plug board. A plug board is similar to an old-fashioned telephone switchboard that has 10 wires, each wire having 2 ends that can be plugged into a slot. Each plug wire can be connected to 2 letters in a pair. Like, the 2 letters in a pair will swap over. So if P is connected to T, P becomes T and T becomes P. This provides an extra level of scrambling for the military. Secondly, it moves to the rotors. Actually, it is the main part of this machine. Enigma came with several different rotors, each rotor providing a different encoding scheme. In order to encode a message, the Enigma machines took 3 rotors at a time, one in each of 3 slots. Each different combination of rotors would produce different encoding scheme. We could also change its slot, like we can place rotor 2 in first slot, rotor 3 in second slot, and rotor 1 in the third slot. On each rotor, there is an alphabet along the rim, so the operator can set it at a particular orientation. So when the first slot rotor completes a full rotation, the slot 2 rotor moves by 1 unit. It is just like our clock hands, the difference being initial configuration can be changed to our wish. Now, when a key is pressed on the keyboard, one or more rotors move to form a new rotor configuration, which will encode one letter as another. Current flows through the machine and lights up one display lamp on the lamp board, which shows the output letter. For example, if you type north on the keyboard, something like this will appear on the lamp board. Even if the enemies could catch this signal, they will never be able to decode this. Now, for the recipient to decode this message, he has to have the same Ditto Enigma with same initial configurations, which means by setting their machine to initial settings of the sender's Enigma machine. So when this encrypted code is typed on the recipient's machine, it shows the useful information. An Enigma machine takes 3 rotors at a time. which gives a total of 158-962-555-217-826-360-000 total number of ways to set a military grade Enigma machine. Oops, that is very huge. Can you even imagine of breaking such a highly complicated, perfect engineering? Do you think it is possible? But it was cracked by this mathematician Alan Turing, about whom the Imitation Game movie revolves around. Do you wanna know how? Let me know in the comments. Bye for now, and let's see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.
Learn something.